December 18th, 1975. A terrified family flees their new home in the dead of winter, claiming the walls bled, their daughter levitated, and a demonic voice vowed to slaughter them all. But this wasn't just a haunted house. It was a house with a taste for blood. Years earlier, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his entire family here, screaming, "They're alive! The house made me do it." Was it insanity, or something far darker? The Lutz family would soon learn the truth and regret it. November 13th, 1974. Ronald DeFeo Jr. claimed he heard voices for months, hisses in the walls, his father's name echoing in empty rooms. Then at 3:15 a.m., he shot his parents, 2 brothers and 2 sisters as they slept. The police found all 6 bodies face down, identical gunshot wounds to the back. But strangest of all, none of the neighbors heard screams. Not a single gunshot, as if the house swallowed the sound. Years later, George Lutz would say, "We felt it the moment we arrived, like the walls were breathing." The Lutzes bought the house for a steal, $80,000, murders and all. But within hours, their dog Harry refused to enter. Then came the cold spots, the slamming doors, little Missy's imaginary friend Jody, a demonic pig-like creature only she could see. George would wake to footsteps in the hallway, but when he checked, he found cloven hoofprints in the snow. Then, the flies, swarms of them, rotting in the sealed attic. And the voice, a guttural growl from the basement. "This is my house." The worst was the basement. George found a hidden door sealed with locks, but it swung open on its own. Inside, the air reeked of rotting flesh. The walls, painted blood red, were covered in symbols even priests couldn't identify. And in the center, a makeshift altar, stained with animal remains. That night, Kathy woke at 3:15 a.m. Her body levitated off the bed, eyes pitch black, screaming in Latin. When George tried to hold her, his hands burned, as if her skin were on fire. On their 28th night, the house attacked. Crucifixes flipped upside down, green slime oozed from the ceilings. Missy's voice called from the roof, but she was asleep in bed. When Father Ray arrived to bless the house, holy water erupted into steam. A voice boomed, "Get out!" The family fled, but the demon followed. Their car stalled, the radio blasted static, then a voice, "You'll never leave." George prayed, something he hadn't done in years, and the engine roared to life. They never returned. The Lutzes sold their story, but skeptics called it a hoax. Yet 50 years later, the questions remain. Why did Ronald DeFeo's lawyer hear growls during their meetings? Why do visitors still faint at 3:15 a.m.? And why did 9 owners since the Lutzes all abandon the house within a year? Perhaps some places are born evil, or perhaps the house isn't haunted, it's alive, and it's hungry.